coaching here. So you've seen a lot of teams throughout the years, and then you've seen this squad who's been able to build up this program. What about this squad just sticks out from the many years that you've been coaching here?
Well, it's a great question. These guys they love the game, number one, and they're smart. They've had great teaching all the way up from when they started flag football to Mighty Mite stuff into junior high. I feel like they've had a good base all the way, and then we've just tried to not get in their way too much and try to put them in the best position for them to succeed, and they've done a great job of that. We've had guys that have started, like I said, for 4 years now, and that really helps. And a lot of those other guys have seen a significant playing time. You've had Gavin Johnston, our quarterback. His dad is our defensive coordinator, and so he's been around ball his whole life, and he's done a great job. He's gotten better every year. He's got a great arm, and he knows our offense well. His arm is strong enough that sometimes he tries to force it in there, which they don't always make it, but he's really done a good job leading our team. And then we have Braden Dodson, and I mean, I don't know what to say about Braden that hadn't already been said. He's just a guy that just is unbelievable to me. I mean, how he can make moves, and his vision is great, and then his reaction time is very, very good. Plus, he's strong. He works hard, and he's just very humble. In the game the other night against Parkview, we got down to the goal line, and he said, "Coach, could I switch spots with Hunter Conway, because he really deserves to get this touchdown?" And so I said, "Sure." So he went into the blocking mode, and he opened up a hole, and Hunter scored the touchdown. So I mean, that's just kind of the person that he is. He's really unassuming, and he just loves to play, and he's a great teammate.
Dodson and Johnston recently setting records here at Mount Vernon. Did that happen on the same night?
No, Braden broke his earlier, and Gavin set his records on the night of senior night. So we kind of wanted to save it and celebrate them both on that senior night when we had, parents, and it's always just it's a bittersweet night for me. I'm happy for those guys, but at the same time, you see that the end is coming up for those guys, at least as active Mountaineer players.
What was the record that was set in passing and rushing yards?
Sure, Gavin set the passing record for most yards. He broke Garrett Hadlock's record, who played here several years ago, had just a great career. And then Braden broke both the rushing touchdown record and the rushing yardage record for career. And that was a Bailey Moore record that had stood for many, many years, and he was a great player. And so that's saying something to break those guys' records. I'm really proud of both those guys. We've been through a lot of hard times together. We've been through some really good times together, and I want this to be a great senior year for them. I'd love to just be the best football team that we can possibly be, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to every week just to be 1-0, if we can do that. I know it's kind of cliche, but it really is appropriate, I think, to say that, is that we can't look ahead to anything, but I think that they have provided good leadership. Braden himself is a quiet leader. He just goes out and does his job, plays hard. Those guys see that. Against Cassville, he had 203 yards rushing, and he made 15 tackles on the other side of the ball. And so Gavin only plays offense, but he's done a good job getting his running game going as well. They are really good about their mesh, and then sometimes Gavin will pull it at the last second. They'll tackle Braden, and he'll be running down the field. So it's cool to see that kind of teamwork together. And the rest of our guys are willing to do whatever. I think we talked the other day. It's amazing what we can accomplish if nobody cares who gets the credit. And so I think that's where we are right now. We're still, trying to improve on that every week. But our guys seem to be having fun, and Well, they've worked hard. These seniors, 4 of them started as freshmen. We had a small senior class. We only had 1 senior that actually played any downs at all that year. And so these guys came in. We had some sophomores that played as well. We took our lumps, went 1-10. Then as sophomores, these guys were 8-4. And then they were 10-2 last year. And so we're 6-1 right now. Seneca beat us. They have ended our season the last 2 years. And so we're hoping to continue to play well and try to see them sometime down the road. We would love to do that and just have another shot.
I was going to say, it seems like it's inevitable that you guys are going to end up seeing Seneca again. What is that mentality going into that game if it does come about?
Well, it's going to have to be a mentality of toughness. They play a really aggressive, hard-nosed brand of football. Did a great job against us. I thought they had a good game plan against us in the first meeting, which was week 2. And we got down early. They kind of hit us in the mouth right out the gate. And then we kind of settled down. We got it back to 28-14, and we're driving again. And but they ended up prevailing in that game. And so, but we can't worry about Seneca right now. We've got Nevada coming up. We've got Monette coming up, 2 Class 4 teams. And then we've got our district, which is crazy. We have always been in that same district with the Big 8 schools. But what happened this year was that East Newton enrollment went up, and so they became Class 3, so somebody had to go. And I think geographically we were the next ones right along I-44. I think they took travel into consideration. So we're in a district that with Stratford, who's 7-0, and Mountain Grove, who's coming on. Coach Swafford does a great job with those guys. And then it goes all the way up to like St. James and Cuba, Missouri, along with Salem. And so we have never played one of those schools in the history of Mount Vernon in a varsity contest. So it makes it, kind of interesting and more challenging, but we're pretty confident we're not going to get beat in the district championship by Seneca this year since we're not in that district. But anyway, it's good. I mean, we're excited about our opportunity, and we just hope to make the best of it.